Well, in art school, the other senses course that's focused on getting these art scientists, art science students to be able to also use and address smell, taste, touch, kinesthesia, synesthesia, so they can engage with their audience in a different way, maybe a more intimate way, maybe a more direct way. And this is all based on what I've seen in the avant-garde, in avant-garde art, the Gesamtkunstwerk, the total work of art, all the senses are addressed. So in the end, they even, this is really cool. I don't do this with my university students. We reenact creatively, not exactly, creatively, a futurist dinner. In which all the senses are addressed. There's dance, there's makeup, there's a master of ceremony, there's touch, there's movement, there's seeing, there's hearing, everything. And then within only a day, they prepare this dinner. So there's also taste and eating. And it makes them aware of the power of combining the senses and not just doing audio visual work. And it's always such a grand finale. It's so cool and it's crazy and it's fantastic and it's fabulous. And students are usually quite enthusiastic about working with other senses. It's weird, right? Why do we call them other senses? Because they're so used to use their sense of sight and hearing. So that's why I called it other senses. I didn't want to call it lower senses.
Yeah.
Because that's so pejorative, even though it's a philosophical historical term, lower senses, from Plato and Kant and Hegel to the present. So we call it other senses to make it more positive. And then at AUC, it's very transdisciplinary. So students also learn about the biology, neurology of the senses. But then I think it's essential that they realize, okay, here we have the neurons and our biological makeup, but sensing is in the end a cultural phenomenon. It's not our bodies that determine how we sense, how we interpret what we sense, especially. That's culture. And that's why it's so beautiful that people from different cultural backgrounds come together so they can discuss, but I experience this smell in this way. Yes, but I experience it this way. And then they realize, that's because of our cultural backgrounds. So the more than in the other courses, the disciplinary and cultural backgrounds of the students help for them to understand what sensing actually is and how differently we all sense the world. You think it must be the same. Seeing blue must be the same for everyone. No, it's not. And then they do, in the end, they have to curate an exhibition, a multidisciplinary exhibition, virtual, of course, not real, in which they choose a couple of senses, and they have a scientific approach, social sciences approach, and a humanities approach to those senses. So that led to, there was a yoga exhibition. There was an exhibition about making people more aware of pollution, and those kinds of topics. Any topic that's very important for young people, especially, to approach it from different disciplines and the different senses. Yeah, so I of course I co-teach it with a scientist, an anthropologist, a social scientist, and then humanities, that's me. Yeah, trying to grow awareness of the importance of, well, the several disciplines and the several senses. It's quite a puzzle because there are so many senses and so many disciplines. That made it a bit hard. But ultimately, I'm happy about that course also. Yeah.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and for some, especially the scientists, it's weird. They find it a bit hard. Suddenly, you have to start dancing to make a perfume, to start smelling things. I think humanities students are a bit more open to that. And art students are very open to it.